let's talk about files for 3D printing, the famous STL and 3MF. In the previous episodes, I explained how a 3D printer works, the main parts of a filament printer, and how to choose your first machine depending on what you need. Today, you're going to see that one of the coolest parts of 3D printing is this feeling that you can create almost anything. But before a printed piece comes out of the printer, it has to start somewhere. And that somewhere is usually a 3D file. Here's the simplest way to understand it. The 3D file is the digital design of the object in 3 dimensions. The slicer takes that design and turns into instructions. The 3D printer reads those instructions and creates the real piece. So a 3D file is not the finished product, and it's not the final printer commands either. It's the virtual model that becomes the base for printing. Example, if you want to print a phone stand, the 3D file is the digital model of that phone stand, showing exactly what it's supposed to look like. The most common file types are STL, 3MF, and OBJ. STL stands for Standard Triangle Language, and it's basically what it sounds like. Triangles form the final geometry of the model. It's the most basic 3D file format for printing. It mostly stores the shape of the part. OBJ can store the shape and also colors and textures. It's used a lot in 3D modeling for things like advertising, games, and other uses, not just 3D printing. 3MF is more modern and more complete. It kind of blends geometry and manufacturing, so you can store not only the shape, but also extra information that helps with how it should be made. In 3D printing, it's popular because it can store printing-related info beyond just the model. Super simple summary: STL, shape only; 3MF, shape plus extra useful print info; OBJ, shape plus colors and textures. But as a beginner, the key thing is this: 3D file equal the object in digital form. So where do you get these files? The short answer is there are a lot of ways. The most common way is downloading ready-made models from online platforms. These sites have everything: organization, decor, useful models, toys, stands, accessories, replacement parts, cosplay, tools, everything. And for beginners, that's awesome. But you don't need to know how to model. You can start printing ready-made files and learn the process step by step. But here's the important part: not every file online is good. This is a super common beginner mistake. Someone downloads anything, prints it, it fails, and they think the printer is the problem. But sometimes it isn't. Sometimes the model itself is just poorly made. So when you're choosing a file, look for things like real photos of the printed results, not just a render, other people's makes, or print results, comments and reviews, the creator explaining size, material, and printing tips, and signs the model was actually designed for 3D printing. Because some models look amazing on screen and become a nightmare in real life. Even if the outside looks normal, the mesh can have errors that confuse the slicer and the printer. Think of the mesh like the digital shell of the object. If that shell has defects, the printer may not understand what's inside versus outside, and that can cause issues like a model that won't slice correctly, failed prints, missing walls, weird layers, and the piece come out wrong. Simple summary: mesh problems equal the 3D file has construction errors. Once I printed a file my cousin sent me because she found it online. The photos made it look huge on the table, and when I opened it in the slicer, it was tiny, small than a ring. The renders totally fooled her and me. Now, free versus paid files. Another important point: the difference between free and paid models. Free models are amazing for learning, testing, and exploring. They are perfect when you're starting out, but paid files often comes with benefits like more careful design, creator support, better organization, fewer errors, more consistent quality overall. That doesn't mean all paid files are good and all free files are bad. Not at all. But in many cases, you are paying for quality, organization, support, and saving time and money in the long run. And that support matters. Because when you download a model and you have a question, there isn't always someone there to help. On more structured platforms and libraries, that experience is usually better. And that's where STLFLIX comes in. STLFLIX is a subscription platform for 3D printing files with a library of premium models across multiple categories and weekly releases. It brings together ready-to-download models, decor pieces, articulated prints, collectibles, and customizable designs. One of STLFLIX's biggest focus is people who print to sell. Everything we teach, create, and release is designed with selling in mind. The models are tested to print well, and they're built with real criteria for commercialization. That's why we always say STLFLIX models come with a commercial license. If you have a commercial subscription, you won't have IP headaches with our designs. And speaking of that, now I need to talk about something a lot of people ignore, but it's really important: copyright. But before we continue, if you're enjoying the video, drop a like and subscribe. Just because a file is on the internet doesn't automatically mean you can do anything you want with it. Some files are personal use only, some can be modified, some can be sold, and some can't. And this matters a lot, especially if you plan on selling your prints. So always check the license. But even before that, make sure the creator actually owns what they claim. For example, if you find a superhero model and the person who uploaded says that you can sell it, but they don't actually own the character, they just made the 3D model. In that case, you still can't legally sell it, even if they say you can. Easy rule to remember: file on the internet, it's different from free to sell, copy, or repost. Bonus for beginners: to help you get started the right way, we are going to give you 1 free month of STLFLIX, so you can start with high quality models that are made to print well. And in the next episode, we are going to take the first real step inside the slicer. So if you're enjoying this series, subscribe, leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!